Hello, everyone. My name is Annalie Shane, and I'm a technical field trainer with VivoTech. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how to set up VivoTech Smart Motion Detection and our VCA solution. We want you to be able to have a better understanding of how easy it is to utilize this incredible technology. If you have any questions, please email us at trainingna@vivotech.com. In today's presentation, I'm going to go over how to set up the smart motion detection. Then we'll go over setting up the rules for our VCA technology and how using these features can drastically reduce time spent searching through recorded video with our Smart Search 2 and Smart Search 2 Plus feature. Our smart motion detection is incredibly easy to set up. If you have the experience of configuring any type of VCA, then this list of parameters will look familiar to you. You have tilt, rotation, and height, all of these to create a 3D map. And then you decide the minimum and the maximum object size so the engine knows what to detect. And then the sway object is to avoid those false alarms. Okay, with VivoTech cameras, you only need to input the height. The height information enables the horizontal and the vertical keystone corrections of the field of view. So just measure the distance between center of camera lens and the ground. Okay, if the reason you don't need to input the tilt and the rotation is due to the onboard G sensor. So just like our phone, there's an embedded G sensor that detects the tilt and rotation angle of the camera. And then with the height information from user input and the tilt and the rotation angle from the G sensor, a 3D map is then created inside of the camera. Okay, let me go ahead and we'll start setting this up now. Okay, so we'll have Shepherd, and we'll use Shepherd to find our camera that we're wanting to use. So we're going to use the FD9365-HTV. Let's go ahead and double click on that. It's going to ask me for my username and password. First thing we need to do is we're going to check our firmware version. So we'll go to Configuration. And then right here at the bottom left, you can see your version easily. Mine is 0121D as in Delta. And then just remember, it needs to be at least 0113D as in Delta or 0117B as in Bravo. And so we are at 0121 Delta, so no problem there. All right, so let's now check to see if we have the deep learning VCA package installed. All we have to do is go here to Applications and go to Package Management. And under here, under Package List, we see that we have the Deep Learning VCA installed on there and that our license shows that it's a pass. Okay, if we need to upload the package, if it wasn't there or it's an older version, all we have to do is go and download the package and upload it here. If we have to purchase a license, that's easy to upload as well. We just go up here to this top tab, click on license, and then we'll upload our license here. So there's two ways that we can get to our motion detection and our smart VCA area. So we can either go here under Applications, Motion Detection, Smart VCA, or we could just click on the Deep Learning VCA here on the package list. So let's first set up our motion detection. All right, so this is the screen that's first going to pop up whenever you get into your camera. And then we just have to X out of here first. And then let's go ahead and go and set up our camera installation. So we'll click on the little cogwheel. All right. And remember, all you need to know is the height of where that camera is installed. So for this demo, we're going to say that it's installed at 300 centimeters high. Okay, remember that height info is very important for the accuracy of the video analytics results. You'll notice that the camera's tilt and roll angles are already there. Okay, that's due to the G sensor. Or if you need to manually enter it, you can do that here as well, but it is suggested that users do not use the manual mode to configure the tilt and roll angles. Only if you happen to have a model that's not equipped with a G sensor should you manually enter these angles. All right, down here under advanced, here we can create exclusive areas on the field of views for areas that might affect the correctness of our video analytics, like say if you have a body of water with a reflective water surface or a reflective window, or even just areas that are not necessary for your surveillance purposes. All right, the next option that we can choose is going to be detection. And then here you have your generic tuning options, motion cell coverage. Let me show you this. You want to look at the human traffic on your screen and then tune the sensitivity until the motion cells match the human figures on the screen. Okay, so even if you're wanting to detect larger objects such as vehicles, the same thing's going to apply. Okay, so you just tune that sensitivity so that the appearance of motion cells best covers the moving objects of interest. The higher the sensitivity, the higher the chance of generating more motion cells. And just to let you know, your default is 70%. All right, down here you'll see less false alarms and less missing objects and less missing people. So if you have a situation where you have fast moving scenes, you may want to consider tuning the sensitivity towards less missing objects. For people detection, if you tune it towards less false alarms, then the detection algorithm is going to apply more strictly towards human silhouette matching. Next option we have is going to be export and restore. And then here you can save your current configuration as a file. So let's say that you install lots of cameras at the doors of buses. You can use one configuration since their positions are identical, and one config file will apply for all of those. And then you can also export your camera system logs for debugging purposes as well. All right, so let's go back to our installation tab and make sure that our height was entered and it's saved. Go ahead and hit save there. All right, so now you'll notice down here, this is going to be our people detection area in green. All right, so let's go ahead and set up our motion window. So we'll go over here to main, just click out of this. All right, now we can click anywhere on here so that we can start setting up our motion windows, okay? So we can create human detection windows and pixel-based motion detection windows. So whatever kind of windows you create, though, is going to use the same motion sensitivity that we looked at earlier. So let me go ahead and I want my people detection right here. Let's go ahead and we'll change the name to people detection. We'll turn this one on to people detection. Okay, you can make changes to the time filters, minimum activity, duration, activity merge, interval. Remember, if I make changes down here to this motion sensitivity, it's going to change it on all of it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and hit save. I want to look here, I changed it to 61. Okay, remember if I go to settings and then I go over here to detection, it's changed to 61. So this is going to apply to whether it's people or to object based, okay? So we'll go ahead and go back to main. And then, like I said before, we can create another one. And this one can just be object detection. To make it object detection, this one's going to be your pixel based. Okay, we just leave off that people detection right there. Okay, and then like I said before, your motion sensitivity is going to stay at whatever you change it to. It's going to apply to all of your motion detection boxes, whether it's people or object. All right, so we'll go ahead and click save there. All right, now let's go ahead and we will go into Smart VCA. Okay, so let me go ahead and all you have to do is switch over to Smart VCA is just click on this box and we will click on Smart VCA. And now we go into the Smart VCA rules. So first off, we have to create rules. So we're going to go up here and then we'll click on rules. And you'll notice how this guides you along on how to set this up. So, this really great thing about these cameras on how easy it is to set these up, and it really guides you on how to do it. All right, so whenever we're configuring a detection rule related to people detection, like line crossing or loitering, you can't place the border point outside of the people detection area. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a rule, and we're going to say intrusion detection. Okay, this is a people detection. So notice right here, I cannot click anywhere outside of this green zone because that is outside of the people detection area. So let me go ahead and I will draw my points to create my intrusion detection. We will go ahead and rename that. Okay, so this is going to be used to detect people entering or leaving a virtual area. We have the choice to detect either people entering into the zone or leaving the detection area. So you could choose either one of these. We renamed it, and let's go ahead and save that. And then what this is doing is we can create event settings in the camera by clicking here. Okay, it's going to take you to the event settings so that you can create events or alarms such as email or record to SD card and more. All right, let's go ahead and X out of that. To create another rule, all we have to do is go up here and click on this plus sign. All right, this time we're going to choose loitering detection. And then once again, it's for people, so we can't click outside of the green area. So let's go ahead and create our person detection area. All right. So this one is going to be used to detect a person or a group of people lingering in a set area for longer than the preset time. Okay, so in our case, we'll just leave it at 5 seconds and then make sure we rename the rule. And then we'll go ahead and click save. All right, let's go ahead and add another rule. So we'll click on the plus sign. The next rule we're going to add is missing object detection. Okay, so notice that this is a object detection, not a human detection. So our detection area can be anywhere in the field of view. It does not have to only be in the human detection area. Okay, so let me go ahead and mark out my lines. Missing object detection can be used to detect the removal of a predefined asset from the scene. You'll also notice these two dashed boxes here. This is so that you could set the object's minimum size and the maximum size. You can reset these boxes to however big and small that you need them to be. Also, worth noting, the camera's algorithm is going to rapidly learn the presence of objects in a scene within just a few frames. So if objects are continuously moved in and out of the scene, the events will be triggered whenever those objects are moved. All right, next, what we're going to go over is going to be this trigger for existing objects disappeared. And then here you can set up the time threshold to trigger the event if the object goes missing. Okay, then down here under advanced, you can select this to add a triggering condition that there needs to be or that there needs to have been a presence of a human near it before the disappearance. So we'll go ahead and rename this one. Missing object. All right, X out of that. Go ahead, go to plus. The next one I'll talk about is going to be unattended object detection. Okay, this one can be used to detect objects intentionally or unintentionally left in the scene. So it's similar to the missing object one. We're going to have the minimum, maximum size, the time threshold, and then also the under advance if there's a human presence near it before it disappeared. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. I'm not going to save this one. So let's go ahead and we'll change this. Zones uncompleted, delete the rule. Yes, delete it. So let's go ahead and add another one. We'll go here to line crossing detection. Okay, so this is going to detect one or more people crossing the virtual tripwire. And then we can use our mouse to move the direction of, or move where the line is located. Okay, so we'll just drop it down here to where we're back in the people detection area. And then you can assign the people their walking direction, whether you want to know if they're going out to in to out, or both directions. So we'll go ahead and rename this one, line cross, save it. All right, let's add another one. And this one, finally, we're going to go over is going to be facial detection. Okay, face detection. This is to detect the presence of human faces in the camera's field of view. Remember, this is face detection, not face recognition. All right, so go ahead and create my box. This is just going to let me know if there's a human face in that area, and then we'll rename it to face detect. And then click save. All right, now we can go back into the live tab and then check the performance and the accuracy of our detection rules. All right, so go ahead and get out of this one. And then finally, let's take a look at how all of this can be used within VAS2. So VCA events are tagged and can be retrieved from the event list using the alarm search function. So all we have to do is click on Applications and then go to Event Search. And then up here at the top left, we're going to select VCA Event Search. And then we'll select the device, or we could choose all. Okay, for this one, I'm just going to choose all, and then we'll select a time frame within the last 24 hours. You can choose what VCA event you're looking for. We're just going to leave it as all, and then click search. And you'll notice all the different results that we have within the past 24 hours of our VCA events. We have loitering detection, line detection, line crossing detection. Let me see, what else do we have? Let's do a line crossing detection over here. If we could just choose the event type that we want to see, and we just double click on this one, and I can actually play this event back from here. All right, so they cross the virtual tripwire line, and then it set off that VCA event, which we can see down here. And we can play it back. I can even export it very easily here as well. Just click on Export Clips, and then I can choose how long of a clip I would like. Go ahead and click that blue checkbox. You'll notice our time bar right here. We're waiting for that green check. And then the blue folder automatically opens up to where it recorded to. All right, let's go ahead. The next part I want to show you is we can create alarms within VAS to trigger specific actions as well. So we'll go here under settings, go to settings, go under alarm, and we can add different alarms for our VCA. So all I have to do is click on the plus sign, make sure to choose my camera. We're going to add a trigger, and I want it to only let me know whenever it has a missing object. And then I can choose which camera I'm looking for. So we'll check on the FD9365, click on add, and then we can add an action like, let's say we want it to add a bookmark. Okay, so that's going to add that bookmark to the related video clip, and it's going to be saved, and that clip will not be recycled when the storage space is full. So that's the great thing about bookmarks. Okay, click on save. Add a schedule, we're just going to leave it as always, and then this one will say missing object. and then click on add. Now it is down here, and then anytime that object goes missing, it will add a bookmark so it makes sure that it doesn't delete that clip. All right, I can turn on and off these alarms as needed with this newest feature with VAST version 2.8. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at Smart Search 2 and 2 Plus. All right, so with Smart Search 2, that means that I can search just for human-based detection, right? So all I have to do is I just want to know if there's humans in any of these areas that I select. So if there was a human in this area right here within the last, let's go ahead and we'll change that to the last 7, 8 hours. Go ahead and click search. And immediately I get 19 results of any time there was a person in that area. All right, let's go ahead and go back. I want to do a Smart Search 2. Great thing about the Smart Search 2 is I can now do I can search based on line crossing, loitering, and intrusion, and I don't have to have those rules set up already. Okay, using that metadata, it can track those humans so I know whenever they crossed over this line. Or excuse me, it will know whenever they cross over this line. So if anybody crossed through this line, and let's say I want to know if anybody went from in to out within the past, let's go ahead and drop this down, and then we'll click on search. Anytime anybody crossed that line going from in to out, then it's going to give me my results. Okay, easily I could play this back. Let me go ahead and double click on that and it'll make it a bigger view. And then we have him walking from in to out. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for my demo today. I just want to show you how easy it is to set this up. Just want to touch on licensing before we are through. So Smart Motion Detection and Smart VCA 360 is free and comes with certain cameras, and there's no fee for Smart Search 2 either. But now even our Supreme Series cameras, this is going to provide you with VCA licenses for free as well. Okay, so here's a list of the Smart Motion Detection and Smart VCA supported models with the free licenses. Please note that you may have to update the firmware and or upload the Deep Learning VCA package. Right here is the list of the Smart Motion Detection and the Smart VCA supported models. So these cameras do not include the licenses for free, but you will be able to purchase the licenses. So just contact your sales rep for pricing. Once again, note that you may need to update that firmware or upload that package as well. Last but not least, VivoTech does provide you with a 60-day trial for our smart VCA features. You can go to license.vivotech.com and fill in the required information, and a trial license will be provided. If you have any issues, you can contact Charles Chen. His contact information is on the web page. Just one thing to note here is that all the 89 series and mobile dome cameras do not support free trial licenses, unfortunately. If you guys have any questions, please email us at trainingna@vivotech.com and we will answer it as soon as possible. If you guys want to see a list and register for any of the remaining webinars that we're going to be holding this year, please visit us at vivotech.com/VWA/insider-webinars. And then if you guys missed a webinar or wanting to view the recording at a later time, you can now find the recordings on our partner portal. Just log into vivotech.channeltivity.com, navigate to Vivotech, Training located on the left side menu, then folders, and in here is where you can find training videos, corporate videos, our webinars, and more. Thank you guys very much for attending our presentation today.